only gone through 3 elections under the parliamentary system, real democratic system. And in the process, you will find many new leaderships has come. But the top leadership of necessity has remained practically unchanged. With the passage of time...
Well, let me just quote to you one senior party member who was recently quoted in the papers as saying that the BNP is a shambles. Because of corruption and terrorism, Ms. Khalida is an absolute despot who is no longer fit to lead. With her, positive change is not possible. And this is from a senior member of your party.
I don't know who that senior member is.
This senior member is Lieutenant General Mahbubur Rahman.
Naturally, Lieutenant General Mahbubur Rahman is obviously, he will say, because he wanted to topple Begum Khalida Zia and become leader himself. That you know that probably
well, perhaps he is pushing for new leadership within the party.
And Khalida Zia's fault was that a man like Mahbubur Rahman was made a member of the highest body of the party. But yes, fully the political party is not like a government fully. It has to have some, number one, the people's consent has to be taken into consideration. May not be formally, but informally, because that is the grassroots thing on which they live. So formally there may not have been the repeated elections every year or every 2 years, but I'm sure the major political parties have been sensitive to the people's opinion.
Imtiaz, Bangladeshi politics, with the 2 major parties that have been in power previously, we've seen this cycle of political violence. Do you think there will be a change now with either party winning this election?
Hopefully. My humble request to both of them would be that unless and until you open up in terms of your political party, make them more democratic, in fact, internally, and then join hands, all the political parties, and not see yourself as opposition and others see always as the ruling party, and go back to pre-111 situation, then I believe the future is bleak. But if you can overcome that, and I believe they will, in fact, take some lessons from this, I'm a bit positive that there will be some changes after 2008, end of December.
Anwar, do you think the BNP would be able to work with the Awami League?
Is that the major political parties have to come to terms. That is, to me, it's much more important. These two political parties, or to specific, these 2 leaders who are undisputed leaders of this country, they should come together and discuss issues, even they differ. And I'm sure in future, the thing to come, we expect it will be better than today. And another thing, and linked with this discussion between 2 leaders, is the activating the parliament, making it more effective, making it center of all activities. That also a lot remains to be done. And I'm sure if these 2 parties discuss together, whichever party forms the government, and things are bound to improve. And I'm very hopeful about it.
Tofel, there's been a lot of talk about these 2 major leaders, the 2 battling Begums, as they're popularly known, meeting and talking. They share so much rivalry, so much bitter dispute, and it's historic rivalry. Will there be a time where they will sit down and talk and cooperate with the interests of Bangladesh and not their own political dynasties at heart?
You see, personally I believe and I hope that election on 29th of December will be a credible election. It will be free, fair. It will be accepted by all the political parties of this country. And after the election, definitely there will be a parliament. And we want to see that parliament become the center points of all kinds of activities. All the decisions of this country will be taken in the floor of the house. And I am sure that there will be many issues of this country for which we will go for national consensus. And these 2 leaders who are also united together in the past. When we converted the system of the government from presidential system to parliamentary system in 1991, both the leaders met together, both the leaders talked together. And on 21st of November, the Army Day, you have seen those 2 leaders who are talking with each other. And I hope that we shall have to forget the past, and we shall have to take lessons from the past mistakes, and we shall have to go forward, because Bangladesh is a country which we got through a bloody revolution under the dynamic leadership of the father of the nation, Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujib. 3 million people shed their blood for the emancipation of this country, for the freedom of this country. And Bangladesh is a country which has a very bright prospect in future.
We're going to have to leave it there. Thank you very much for a very interesting discussion. And that's all the time we have from the 101 East team in Dhaka, Bangladesh. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week.